Hello, I'm Otto, and welcome to episode 5 of my Factorio Space Age Guide. So in the last episode, we've continued with the starter base that we have set up over here. And in this episode, we are going to be expanding production. So we're going to be adding some more iron. We're going to add some gears here, and those gears will be supplying our red logistics. So I need some of the... I'll just take all these back. So I need some of these so we can get some of the red logistics going whenever it pops up. We'll have automation 2 first. So what does that need? So automation 2 needs automation... assembler 2 needs assembler 1. It needs some gears and... Does it need gears? Hold on. It needs gears, and it needs electronic circuits, and it needs steel. So the steel we will have coming over here, and then we will output into a chest here. We're going to limit this with the circuit. So we're going to enable if assembler 2 is less than 50, and that's a full stack, and that's all we will need for now. With these, we are going to limit them as well. Actually, the red belts, which will go here, they do not need a limit. We are not going to use them any faster than they will create. The other two, on the other hand, will in fact need limits. So, this one we're going to enable if red underground belt is less than... We're going to go with 100, so that's 2 stacks. And like the other splitters, this one we're going to enable if red splitters are less than 50, which is a stack. And like I said, this one is just going to be wide open. We will use... I mean, we could limit this to like 1,000. I'm not overly worried about it. So we just enabled automation 2. That's awesome. This is a huge step up. And this just needs power. This covers everything there. This one we'll just put in between. So those will be ready. And those will need more gears. We are going to tank through gears like crazy. So I just copied from this one and pasted into these. One of these is going to be gears. So this one is going to be gears. Here. And this one will be iron plates, and it's going to go out to here. So we are going to need to split this off. And I should have some more miners by now. 47. That's perfect. So that puts us at 53. Okay, so now we can expand the iron mine and get this show on the road. Did these collect everything? This one collected everything. This one still has some life left, so let's get rid of all of that. Okay, so you can see that the one above is backing up. Oops. We're gonna have to hold off on... Wait a minute, did that... Oh, okay, so that did mine out all of the... whatchamacallit, all of the stone that was going to be in our way. I'm not going to worry about putting anything down over there, but we are going to collect as much of this as we can. So generally, I don't really... like, 322 estimated quantity is not really enough. I really want to mine all this out, though. So, these have power. We'll just go on the back side, because we can do like we did over here and just... we will connect this down the line. And then drag this over, and then we can line that up there. And of course it didn't connect to this one. Obviously, why would it? Alright, so those are good. This is going to be way more ore than we actually need. Alright, buddy. You can do it. Let's go. Let's see how much... We can actually just move this up. Yeah, I'm going to do that. You can plug into this, and then that way we can have our belt come through. Oh, but we still have another one over here. Whatever. We'll just underground through it. And that's going to go up through there. Okay. Now we just need power on this side. We'll do it on the back again. There, and... still not going to connect. Whatevs. Okay. So now we have a lot of extra iron coming through. So I'm going to cut these off because we are going to do some funky merging. It's actually not that funky. We don't even need a belt balancer for this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, like, the way that you belt balance 4 is like, oh, I should move it up. This would be how you belt balance 4 into 2. So we are going to just kind of tuck these around. We want to try to dodge the stone because we will... No. We want to dodge the stone because we will be using as much of it as we can. That is not... What is... Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good. I got it. And like that. Looks like we have a couple that are mined out back here. We can collect those. You can collect them now, or you can wait. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, we're kind of short on supplies at the moment. Now, well, we were short on supplies. Now we're probably fine. And we only have that one more, that one burner miner left. Okay, so one thing that I like to do at this point, once I've picked up all the burner miners, I like to just make a junk chest. So we're going to set a junk chest out here, and we're going to flop that down there. We can put the pistol in there too, because we've got a better submachine gun now. Speaking of which, let's check. Getting kind of close to those biters. That's fine. We will take care of them. We're going to take care of those at the end of this episode. So we're 8 minutes into this, or almost 8 minutes into this. We got plenty of time. Okay, so we need... these need iron in, and then they need gears out. So if I do that, that's going to be fine there. And then these, same thing. We need iron in, and then we need gears out. That's kind of backwards from what that side looks like, but you know what? It's fine. Aww. Alright, that'll work. Okay, so that's the gears that we will need for the red logistics, which is taking its time over here. All these are going, so okay. I'm not gonna worry about adding too much more onto these. Like, that's plenty. Like, we won't be able to go through most of these initially. So let's get rid of some of this stuff. We can dump the ore, the copper ore, the iron ore, copper. We can dump the iron ore for sure. And the iron plates we can just toss in. Basically anything that needs them. And there you go. They're all gone. Stone. We can just keep stacking up those stone furnaces. We're going to need a lot. You know what's funny? You know what? I could probably get away with not using any more of them. So it's probably kind of a waste that we've been doing that. But it's fine. Okay, so I want to prep for biters. So that's plenty enough ammo. This can hold off until we get military 2. Can I get military 2 yet? I can. So we'll queue up military 2 after the car. What do red logistics need? Well, they need a ton of gears, I can tell you that. So we'll just bring that down here. Gears. I don't actually know if that one needs gears. Oh, look, gears. Yes, yes, yes. Lots of gears. All right. These guys are going to be eating gears like crazy. And let's just take another look. Transportation belt, underground belt. Okay, so this one is the only thing that needed extra. And it needs green circuits. We're at 96%. So we can start to upgrade these. So we're going to upgrade the ones that are crafting them first. And then we kind of need to upgrade the essential stuff, like this. This is probably going to be enough of an upgrade for the gears that we're going to have to upgrade the inserters as well. All of the important things. I mean, we're going to be upgrading all of it. The faster we can get out of making rank 1 assemblers, the better. And we're out. So we can just take our old ones and pop those right in there. 7 more. Though not quite enough to fill up our... okay, so we need to add these in too. So this is medium power poles. Good to go. This is iron sticks, and this one was the big electric power poles. We are chugging right along. This was red belts. This one is red undergrounds, and this one is fast splitters. Okay. 4, so that brings us what to 10? Still not quite enough. Okay, is that it? Is that everything? I believe that that looks like it's all of the assembler ones. And these poor guys with the gears. Tell you what, we can give him some gear loving there too. So on that note, we will upgrade anything that we can that's just like moving like non-stop. These for the gears, we will definitely upgrade those. Actually, those probably weren't necessary. It would have been better to have... Like, these are going to be slightly under, and this side is probably going to be slightly over. We're kind of capped on how much this can actually take out anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. This won't have much going through, and that's alright. So at this point, we can stop using the yellow belts. And I'm actually... So once we get to a decent amount of these... Look at just limited by the gears. I think I did... Oh, you know what I did last time? That was actually a good idea, so I'm going to do that again. So I actually put in a splitter, and you know what? It doesn't matter. Our gears are just really, really slow. Even if I upgraded the belts, it wouldn't really matter that much. Because they would just empty this out faster. You know what? Why not? We're gonna do it. We're only gonna upgrade to here though. Oh, fine. We'll get the splitters upgraded too. Alright, so that'll allow way more to go through. So all that just all that does is makes it so that our little funnel here, so you can see that this is going to start staggering now because these are all emptying out and these are all emptying out because this is 48 smelters or furnaces, and the 48 is enough to fill a yellow belt. Not quite enough to fill a red belt, but what this will do is, like, this is really like nothing. This is just, as these buffer, this just helps us get rid of that buffer a little bit faster. Again, not a big deal. It's going to make the same quantity over time. But, like, let's say all of this just stops. Everything backs up. All of these are buffered up. They've got 100 each. And then we come, like, peel off the red belts. That will maybe make it so that they can get the red belts faster. But whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so we now have our better power bowls. And we can now start making a... Okay, I need to remove this and add... Ah, we have one. We need to make some engines. So we need 8 engines to make a car. For that, we need pipes, we need steel, and we need... Oh. Yeah, just a couple of gears. So we will let that craft up. Alright, let's take a look at our pollution again. Yeah, we are getting dangerously close to these guys over here. So at this point in the game, once we get to the point where we are attacking biters, I like to remove the coal from my belt, and I put on the gun turrets instead. Oh, we only made 5? I usually make a few more. Alright, let's, we're gonna hit F and just run down the line and grab some of these. We're just gonna... Sorry guys, we're gonna steal your stuff for a bit. Another 5 is fine. I can work with 10. Military 2 is almost done. Military 2 is gonna give us the ability to have a little bit easier AoE tree removal. It doesn't look like we're not gonna need that. Well, okay, never mind. There's a lot of trees down here, but we will need to do some stuffs with that. But what Military 2 definitely does for us is unlocks the ability for us to have red ammo. I basically didn't even need the yellow ammo, really. So this needs yellow ammo, and it needs steel, and it needs copper. And because we're going to be basically using all of the red ammo, we can limit this like this. We're not going to limit this with a circuit, because like the point of the circuit being limited is so that we can put stuff back in. All the red ammo is just, we're going to use all of it all the time. And eventually it gets to the point where you have bots, and the bots can also put things back in and take things out. And it's just not necessary for the red ammo. Was there anything else that we needed to toss in here? No. We are good for now. I could get rid of some of this copper cable, though. Okay, that was easy. Nope. Nope, nope. We should now be able to make a car. Yes. And the car I also put on my bars. So one nice... I forget where I put it. So one nice change about Factorio 2.0 that includes Space Age and Vanilla is that in 1.0 you had to open this up and actually add fuel to the vehicle before you could use it, but in Space Age you can just hit G and hop in the vehicle, and it automatically puts fuel in, which is awesome. So we're gonna go take care of this biter nest. Look at how close it is. It's like... Really? I am notorious for destroying my base with a vehicle. Um, and destroying my vehicle for, you know, cost of running into whatever. It looks like there might be an opening over here. I don't like attacking the biters when they're at the south because all of this just kind of gets in the way. So we're gonna come through this little grove, and I always pick up my car after because it is a military military target. So if you do not take it, pick it up, there is a chance that they could come snag it. There's been so many times that I've been playing this game where I'm like way, way out in the middle of nowhere. I get out of my car, I go and I do my thing, attack the biters, clear them all out, and I come back and I'm like, where's my car? Oh, the biters ate it. Okay, that's cool. Thanks. So we've got gun turrets, and I need to put some ammo on my bars as well. So I like to use the creep method, at least this early in the game. So what is the creep method? So we're just going to set a couple of these down. We're going to use Z and put some ammo in them. And then we are going to creep up and avoid the spit from the worms. And that is the creep method. And you can see, you can drop these on the ground. So after I pick these up, I did not grab any repair packs. That's fine. We can repair them all after. So after we're done, I'll use Alt-D, the deconstruction planner, and just cover the area. Don't let go because it'll try to deconstruct all of these trees, and then it's a pain, so I just hit Q. But I use the deconstruction planner to see if there are any of these on the ground. So whenever these are scattered on the ground, whenever I use the deconstruction planner, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner next to my mouse cursor that it says there's 5. When you scroll in, you can kind of see that, and you can use this to kind of figure out where they are. If you couldn't find them, it's like, okay, I know that the number is going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can kind of gauge where they are. Ah, keybinds. So that's all we're gonna do for biters for now. Nothing else is immediately. This one's close. That's a big nest though. I might wait for the red ammo to start piling up a little bit before we go attack that one. Oh, that was so close. I almost hit a tree. Repair packs. Yes. So the car needs repairs, and just left click, good to go. And then you can see that the way this game works is like all of these are going to have the same health. They didn't all have the same health earlier, so I'm going to shift and shoot this one. You can see that this one is now in the red, but whenever I pick all of these up, it's going to balance the health of all of them, and now they're all balanced. The reason for that is the game almost treats it like a separate item. So to prevent you from having like 1,000 different ones because they are all different health levels, it just equalizes all the damaged items and puts them in one pile and considers them kind of like their own item. Let's top up yellow. We can get rid of these. And this I can probably just toss into there. Same with the undergrounds. I can toss those there. Like that. Oh, and yellow belts can go in there. Yellow belts can go in there. Oh, look, yellow belts can go in there and some in there. Are we at a point where we can start using reds? Pretty close. So close. I don't think that I'm ready to commit just yet. Maybe. I don't think we're going to be doing too much else. You know what? Okay, I'm just going to set a chest here. We're going to toss all these in there. So, um, that is close to the end of this episode. Let's continue on with that. That's almost done. So we'll get both of those, the damage and the damage speed. Oh, we can increase research speed now as well. And I think we're done making stone furnaces, so we could we'll just do landfill, because now instead of converting our stone into stone furnaces, we'll just convert the rest into landfill. And I haven't quite decided yet if we're gonna start with steel furnaces first, just because there's some things that have to happen for that. Stronger explosives, we can start that process as well. Oh, wait a minute. Better tool belt, bigger tool belt. Speaking of tool belt, we do not have any of the armors yet. Oh, and we have enough to make it, so... Okay, so the last thing that we're gonna do before we go, after I get this armor... Oh, it's so much better. Like, it makes you... See all the, like, acid 40% less damage? Like, that's so good to have that early on. The last thing that we're gonna do before we go is we are going to start making some... How did I do this last time? That is not how I want to do it. Okay, like that. I want coal to come on one side of the belt. And it has yet to be determined if that was a good thing. Let's... Could have also just done it like this. Anyway, so we're gonna... No, no, no! We're gonna have this ride down the line with the copper. And we're gonna cut across here and pick up that excess iron. Because at some point right here... Oh, this is so weird. I have an idea on something that we're going to do in the next episode with military science. But we are going to have an assembler here. What am I doing with this assembler? Well, we have grenades now. And all we need is a little bit of iron and a little bit of... Yeah, I should try to beef this up just a touch, but it's not that big of a deal. Or... Oof, that is not going to work. Oh well. It was worth the thought, I suppose. Oh, wait a minute. I can just do it on this side. Okay, this is gonna be really... This is gonna be really weird. Oh, this is gonna be so weird. Oh, I can't do it. It's not... There's not enough room. Okay, alright. I was thinking about, like, taking the excess iron that we have here and splitting it under to connect to this as well as the excess from this, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so let's just need some power. And we're gonna put that into a box. Let's just say there. And we are going to limit this to 200. So if grenades are less than 200, or enable if grenades are less than 200. I really need to consider some way to beef some of this. I know, you can tell I really want to do it, but I also... Okay, I just thought of something else. This is going to be uh, also very janky, but this is not something that I would recommend that you do because this is uh, an ugly, terrible way of doing things, I promise. Um, so I'm gonna do what I just did. So when you have different colors of underground belts, they do not overlap and intersect with each other. So, yeah, there you go. We have extra iron for the grenades. Oh, that's so okay. We're walking away. I'm not looking at that anymore. Okay, so that is gonna be it for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to. We might have to take out some more biters, but that's okay. We're gonna have some decent red ammo shortly. And because we're gonna need the space. Was there another iron, or was this the only iron? Starter iron and this? Hmm. I might have to do some traveling to see if I can find some more iron. I don't remember. I should have taken a screenshot of uh, the seed when we started making it. But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to start building a smelting area. Um, I don't know exactly how I'm going to plan this out or how I want to do this, but we are going to make it work. And that is going to be somewhere down here. I kind of have an idea on how I want it, but anyways, we'll play with that in the next episode. So that's it for this. That is it for this episode. I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.